Good morning, everybody. This morning, I'm going to be testing this laundry detergent, the Eco's Plant Powered Laundry Detergent. This is the free and clear version. And this detergent kind of sparked my interest because I've seen reviews on YouTube about it, but I haven't seen anybody give it a thorough test to see exactly how good it is, if it's worth the money. For this, I paid at my local Walmart. It was $11.48, and I will put up somewhere in the corner how many cents per load you're going to be paying for this laundry detergent. So I am going to go to the laundry room where I will talk a little bit more about how I conducted this test and how I made the stains and all of the above. So I'll be back with you soon. Okay, I'm now back in the laundry room, and I just wanted to talk about each stain. Now, the first stain on top is chocolate syrup. The one below it is mustard. The one below that is a mixture of ketchup and hot sauce. And then this is a grape juice stain. Now, oops, the bottom stain right here, it was supposed to be, you will see this is oregano leaves. It was supposed to leave a like greenish tint because I tried to put like oregano extract in like grass. I tried to do that and to kind of like, you know, replicate or duplicate a grass stain, but it didn't turn out right. And it kind of just, it's ever so faint. It's not even picking up on the camera, just the small green tint or hue that's on it. So I'm not really going to count that because I don't think that's going to be an issue whatsoever. So how we're going to conduct the test, I took 1 tablespoon of each stain and I spread it across and I allowed it to sit for 24 hours. So all of these stains have set in the shirt for 24 hours. So now I'm going to test this, and how I'm going to test this is I'm going to pre-treat each stain with the actual detergent. Now I'm going back and forth. Y'all know we're on season 2. I'm going back and forth on how exactly I want to test these so that they're very universal, and it's not that, oh, you got a certain result because you did every single test completely different. So I'm going to try to do it the best way I can to keep everything standard, and that there aren't a whole bunch of different factors that can contribute to why I have different results. Once again, when you do any of these tests, the 3 major factors that are going to contribute to how well your quote-unquote detergent does is going to be, or I will say how well all the stains get out. The number one thing is going to be your washing machine. The type of washing machine you have is going to vary in results. My washing machine has an agitator. If yours doesn't, you may have a varying results. Mine is an HE washer as well. Now, this specific washer does give you the option to choose water levels, but if you put it on precise fill, it will do the HE option and use as little water as possible to complete the cycle. Now, the other situation is your water type. If you live in an area with higher mineral deposits in your water, then that's going to affect your washing. And that's why when it comes to areas that have hard water or a strong or a solid amount of mineral deposits in the water, they recommend you use powdered detergents because powdered detergents have been shown to clean better in areas of hard water than liquid detergents. But the whole point of using this one is I've never seen anybody actually test this on YouTube. I watch different videos and they just talk about it and say how good it does. And we know that I wanted to test this because a lot of people want a laundry detergent that doesn't have a lot of synthetic chemicals. They want some that only have natural chemicals or more so plant-derived ingredients. So when you flip it over to the back, it lists the 10 ingredients that are in here. You can see right there. And so it lists all of those and it lists their job. Now, that's one thing I do like about this bottle is it lists the job of every ingredient. I really wish other laundry products would be forced to list all their ingredients and list exactly what they do. Some do. I know all does for some of their products, but not all of them do. So anyway, sorry about all the rambling, but I just wanted to preface that by saying that. So what I'm going to do is this. I took a little bit of it and I'm going to pour it on each stain and I'm going to let it sit on each stain for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'm going to take my load of whites that are on the ground and I'm going to put it in here and we're going to wash it a full cycle and we're going to see what the results are. More natural, or I would say plant-derived laundry detergents have been shown to have an issue with getting out a lot of tough stains, but this one says it has stain-fighting enzymes. And so we're going to see if those stain-fighting enzymes are going to be able to break down these detergents, break down these stains. But I'm going to pour this on each one. It's probably going to take a little bit more than I want to do each one, but we will see. But I'm going to mix this together, let it stay in for 15 minutes, and then I'll be back. It has not yet been 15 minutes, but I wanted to talk about this part. This says it gets 120 loads. That's if you fill it to the number 1 mark, line on here. So what I did was I filled it to the #1 mark line for each individual stain, because that's literally how much detergent it took to cover each stain to the 1 mark, and I spread it across. And so that would have meant that I just took away 1, 2, 3, 4 loads from it, because I filled it to the 1 mark. So now we're at 116 loads. So but it says if it's a really tough stain, fill it to this 2 mark. And so when I wash the clothes, I'm gonna fill this to the 2 mark, import in the drum when I actually wash it to see what we're gonna do. Once again, I'm gonna let this sit for 15 minutes and we're gonna see what our results are. I don't see anything breaking down. This is a little bit, you see the color has changed slightly, but you don't see too much has broken down quite yet. And yeah, we're gonna let this sit for the rest of the 15 minutes and then I'll be right back. If you hear any noise, just ignore it. It's my brother making noise in the background. So anyway, it's been the 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is pour this. Let me see where the 2 line is. Where the 2nd line is. And let me see. Doesn't look too terrible. So we're gonna see how good of a job it does. I don't have the highest hopes for it, but we are gonna talk about that in a second when I'm able to put the camera in another spot. Okay. Cool. I'll be right back. Let's go to another area. A big reason why some people maybe want to purchase this laundry detergent is because I know there are people that really care about what type of ingredients that are in their detergent, especially if they have kids or if they're washing things for their animals or even for themselves. So the con with a lot of these eco-friendly and natural detergents is they don't clean clothes. They leave the stains on there. Now, if you're the type of person, which I'm going to do a video about this later, I'm going to talk about what detergent should you buy for what situation. If you're the type of person that doesn't have a lot of stains on your clothes whatsoever, we will see how good this does at getting out stains in a minute. But this could be an option for you since it is about $1 cheaper than Tide and Persil. The only issue with this is Tide and Persil will get coupons in the mail, so sometimes it'll knock the price by $2 or $3 or $4. This, I have not seen any coupons for it to knock the price down. Now, I will say, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to do. I'm still waiting. It's in the wash to see how this is going to do, but I hope it does well. I will be doing a second test with this, and the second test is going to test. I'm not going to use the detergent itself as a pre-treating solution. I'm going to use, do I have it over here? Hold up. I am going to use this Zout as a pre-treating solution because the whole point is this. This thing, it says it has plant-derived enzymes that are supposed to break down all the different stains. So this it specifically tells you it has amylase, protease, and lipase. The amylase is supposed to get rid of the starch stains, so you think things like barbecue sauce, chocolate syrup, tomato sauce, and baby food. The protease is supposed to get rid of protein stains, so you're thinking of baby formula, blood, and grass. And then the lipase is supposed to get rid of fats and oils, so our lipid stains, which is butter, salad dressing, and canola oil. None of the things I had actually really had lipid stains. But, well, some of it could have been in the ingredients. Regardless, I'm going to spray this on there because I believe that this should be able to get out the stains, specifically the ones that I had. Now, granted, it's set for 24 hours. I haven't done a test where they set for 24 hours, but now I'm going to do all of my tests for 24 hours to see just how well it does at cleaning those stains. Now, we know good and well that if you really have stains that sat like that for 24 hours, you would soak the garment in something, probably OxyClean if it's a white shirt like that, but you would soak the garment or really work at it to try to get it out. But the whole point of these videos is just to see that, okay, I do the first test for season 2. The first test is just be like, listen, if I only buy one product, if I'm not spending extra money on this, because then you're going to have to factor in the cost of the detergent and the stain fighter and see if it's worth it for you. So just by using the detergent alone, we're going to see just how well it does. Like I said, I'm trying to make the test as universal as possible to try to keep them all the same and like the parameters to be very much the same, so you don't have to worry about any issue that's going on. I really hope this is in focus. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this little portion. And now I'm going to see you back with the end results of what happened. And I'm going to be rating the score. I'll talk about that real quick. The score of how I'm going to be rating it is between 0 to 100. And since there are really 4 stains on there, I tried to do 5, but there are 4. Each stain is going to be worth 20 points. There's going to be a 10 points for the removal of any smell. So the odors from the sauces and stuff like that. There's going to be 10 points for that. And then there's going to be 5 points for price. And then there's going to be 5 points for my own personal overall assessment of the detergent and how I feel about it. So that's going to equal out the whole 100 points to see if it will get it. So I will see you back with that scoring in a minute. I'm going to be honest. I am impressed. This did better than what I thought it was going to do. The chocolate stain, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm going to give it, I brought my calculator so I can add up all the points I'm going to do. It's going to get an 18. Because you can't see it that much on here. You may not be able to see it, but in person, there's the faintest hue of brown. This is going to get it a 10 because y'all saw how strong it was. I feel like it lightened it halfway, so I'm going to give it 10 points for that. This one is going to get 16 points. It's going to get 16 points because it's still a little bit here. And that may have to do with user error and me putting the detergent on there. So that's going to get 16 points. And then I'm going to give the grape stain. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me move the shirt up a little bit. Move it up a little bit. The grape is, can y'all see it? Y'all can see the whole thing right there. It's lighter. It's very, 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 very much lighter. This, but it's not as light as this. And I gave this an 18. So this got a 16. So I'm going to give it a 15 points for this one. Okay, hold up. Oop, hold up. Let me hold this so it's not shaking. I apologize for the shaking back and forth. Okay, plus 15. Okay, so now there's 20 points left to be given. The 10 points is going to be for odor. Let me smell this. It really doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't smell like anything, but considering the fact that the stains are left there, there's a chance that odor could still remain in there, even though I don't smell much of anything. So I'm going to give it 8 points for that. We still have 10 points left. 5 points is going to go. When it comes to price, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 3.5 actually, because it still is expensive. It was $11.48 for the quote-unquote 120 loads, which I guess if you compare it to other detergent brands, like the Tide, I've had to pull up the picture and see how competitive that was exactly. But I'm just going to go off the price that I have right now. It's kind of okay. And then my overall assessment, my personal opinion, I'm going to give it a 4.3. I have 5 points to give it in total. I'm going to give it a 4.3 because it exceeded my expectations for what I thought it was going to do. I did not think it was going to get any of the chocolate stain out, but it got just about all that. I think you can see it now. Y'all see it? Let me see if y'all see it. If y'all can see it a little bit. Anyway, it gets an overall score. Why did it do that? I know my battery's low. Don't do that. So this thing gets a 74.8 score. That is a C. I'm going to put that up in the corner somewhere. And I don't think this is a terrible buy. Now, thank y'all all for watching the video. If you found something, that you like from the video. And finally, there's actually a real review now on YouTube of this detergent to see how well it did. That's going to be good to go. And now, everybody else, you feel free to log off, check off. Now, for anybody else that is choosing to stay, I've had some people ask me after I do some of these reviews, how do I really get the stains out? And let me show you how I really get it out for real. It depends on what it is. I've done whites this whole time. So I'll use this, the OxiClean Max Force, right? Let it go in. Okay. Let that go in there. Come on, thing. Same thing here. I will go in all the areas that have a stain and I will scrub that in there. Okay. I'm I'm gonna finish the rest of the syrup, but this is what I do. I do this. I'm gonna let that sit for approximately 15 more minutes. And then I'm going to take a scoop of OxiClean, put it in the drum, and then I take 3/4 cup to 1/2 cup of bleach and put it in the bleach dispenser, which is, hold up, right there. So then I'll either wash it on warm or hot once more, and it takes it out. It takes it all the way out. I know some people, I know this, a lot of people probably not gonna like that I'm attaching this in the video because some people don't like bleach, or like they don't want the harsh chemicals of bleach. But at the end of the day, bleach gets it out. Bleach will get all the stains out. I've tested different things, and especially mustard. Bleach does an excellent job of getting mustard out. I've tried OxiClean, and OxiClean will get it out, but OxiClean takes a lot longer to get it out than bleach does. So when I pair the two together, it gets it out in that wash by itself. So if anybody was just wondering about how I do that at the end of these, and when sometimes stuff like this is left, and you're like, oh, so how do you get it out? That's how I get it out. Which another thing is that the next test I'm going to do is I'm going to use some same pre-treater. I have like 5. I have this one. I have the Zout that I showed earlier. I have this one, and then there's another one as well. Oh, the other one's up here in the corner. Whatever. But I'm starting to really like this one above all the other ones. I really like this one because it really does a very good job of taking everything out. So that's how I do that. So that concludes really the video for anybody that stayed. I don't say it too often. This is not in focus. I don't say it too often, but like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week in our next video.